Okay, I'm here at the castle again, just working on this broken wall here. I did another build a while back, and I should have got around to doing this one sooner, but yeah, I just got other things going on. So yeah, as usual with my builds, I have no idea what I'm going to do when I start. So just basically I'm going to do it nice and quickly as well. You don't want to be me chatting all the way through it. Well, I'm going to chat all the way through it, but yeah, I haven't got much to say really. So it's nice and speedy. Just basically trying to make the wall look as plush as you can, but I kind of started off not having a clue how I was going to do it. I started off using the big foundations, and then I glitched the walls in, and then I clipped the fixed some stuff to the walls, and it's kind of looks a bit better that way. But that's what I tend to do. I never have an exact plan how I'm going to do it. I just start, and then halfway through I think something else is better, so I change it. For example, I'm using these thin stone foundation, stone looking walls out of the woods tab on the USO. The new textures, and yeah, I end up changing my mind halfway through and go for the thicker walls instead, which are in the concrete tab. You'll see that halfway through. So yeah, basically I just try and make the wall look decent, and a lot of the floors don't want to clip in, so I'm having to concrete pillar glitch them into the little gaps, which is also quite difficult because I think some of the mods are messing with my concrete pillar, and definitely with my rug glitch. So it's making it quite awkward to do stuff. I possibly sped it up a bit too much actually, but yeah, it's alright. Anyway, yeah, so now working on the next level. Putting the floors in. Falling off the wall. Yeah, this looks a bit rubbish, so I had to put some more stuff. Basically I've thickened it up a bit more, I'll do that later on, but I'm still doing the back on the inside. Now trying to cover up some of that fallen masonry. You can't bloody well get rid of it, so you have to sort of work around it. Right, I decided to glitch in this wall, and I thought, let's make this wall because it was a bit messy on that end. And then halfway I thought, actually I could turn this into a secret room. So I remembered the bookcase door, so I thought, I'll make a secret room behind a bookcase. Shame there's no books on the bookcase, it's quite annoying, but never mind. Yeah, and then I had to get rid of the wall and find the one with the door on instead, and do a little bit of fine tuning with it. So spend a couple of minutes fine tuning it so it looks like it's nice and level, and then hey, voila, hey presto, we have a little hidden room. Right, yeah, waited to light again before I carried on. Just trying to make it look a bit tidy. See, I'm having trouble getting the concrete pillar glitch to work, so I had to leave a bit of a gap there. I haven't got around to filling that gap in yet. I'll have to do that before I do the very final thing on this. I forgot to fill a couple other gaps as well, but never mind, before I did the tour, but I'll get around to it eventually. Right, yeah, so managed to glitch that inside. Then I decided, alright, I'm going to go with the thicker walls. The thicker walls look better anyway. It looks more realistic than the thin ones, so I decided to change everything up after I nearly built most of it. Also, you've got the option of having these windows as well, which is better. So going around and changing all the walls around. Kind of helps as well actually with some of the blemishes that are sticking out from the wall, and the walls, like here for example, it kind of makes it help make it look a little bit more secure, a little bit more properly built up. I changed that in the end for a windowed one. I decided to want the window there. There you go, so you got a nice view of the courtyard. Right, now I'm back outside again, trying to make this wall look a bit straighter, a bit more level. I realised that wasn't quite clipped on properly. So there you go. I think I went double thickness as well to make it look more level. Just along this wall, because it's quite hard to get exact. You can start on one end and you think it looks fine, and by the time you got to the other end of the wall, it's sticking out half a metre or something, and it looks quite bad. So it's a lot of trial and error with doing the castle. Oh God, this is probably the 4th time I'm doing the castle now. It's still not an exact science, that's for sure. But you just gotta just keep going. Basically, start, and if you make a mistake or you see something looks better, change it around. That's what I do. All trial and error with my building. But I think this one's quite a good. It's not too bad. I quite like the stone here. I've never used a stone before. I've always mainly used wood, but to sort of recreate how it would have looked when it was you know, brand new. Sort of kind of what I've gone for here. Not exactly, but when you think about it, they'd be able to just pick up the stones that had fallen down and reuse them, wouldn't they? Right, so yeah, now I'm building on the other side. It's like, this is like the corner area where you've got like two sides of the wall broken down. So I'm working on this other edge now. This was another one of trial and error. I put one layer of wall down, then I thought that's sort of too far back, so I ended up putting another layer on, and then later on I get rid of the first layer because it was making the ground look a bit funny. Like here, I thought that's not too good, so let's get rid of the innermost layer, because this is going to be solid anyway. I'm not going to build a room inside here. It's not really suitable for building a room inside. So and then I can bung this floor on, this floor stroke roof. Get rid of these bits. So yeah, a lot of them I put them down to see how they look, and then after a while I changed my mind. Like there, I had to change my mind. Then I could replace this wall. It took me a while to get that in place on the outside. And then I can make the top of the wall. Yeah, like this. Yay! Now we're getting somewhere. I've possibly clipped too much out on this one actually, so you might not have an idea of exactly where I'm building, but you'll see the finished article anyway. You'll get an idea. No one wants a video that's too long. Right, here we go. That looks quite good. I had a bit of trouble with this wall actually. I ended up trying to glitch some bits into it, but yeah, and a few times I changed my mind on what I'm actually going to do. Amount of times I sort of go, no, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do something else, and yeah. So I'm just trying to clear out, cover up some of this fallen masonry as well. Right, and then I've glitched that so it looks more crisp now. It looks like a right height for a wall. And then this exterior wall on the inside forecourt here, it was a bit too lumpy, so I've got some of the thin bits from the wood tab, and yeah, managed to glitch them in using the old concrete pillar. So just managed to get them so it makes it look a little bit more smoother. It's not perfect. I think I've got an idea. I might be able to change it actually. I might actually go back and redo it again. Well, I did have a massive great load of stairs going up to it, like a load of this is the final tour, by the way. So see, the walls are quite good. They look pretty decent. I did have a load of scaffolding leading up the side of this fallen masonry to get up there, but I realised it was more pain in the arse than it was any good actually. They walk up it quite fine without anything there, so I kind of decided against it. Got rid of it in the end. I have to spend about 20 minutes putting together. Right, so yeah, there's a couple of bits at the end here along where the wall meets the old wall that I forgot to fill in. I'll get round to doing that. I'll probably just glitch in a couple of bits of stone flooring. I could do with a bit more decoration on the top as well actually. I'm not too sure what to put up here. I'll have to think about that. Right. They walk round perfectly well as well. They walk round no problem. So that's good. Yeah, and there's these grass sort of flooring here, but it looks really bad because you can see it's a tile. If it joined together so you couldn't tell that it was a tile, it would be alright, but it's obvious it's a tile. So it doesn't, it's a bit off-putting. I might get rid of that. But I decided to turn this into like the Minutemen guardhouse, not a guard, but like a prison house. So if they catch any raiders or anyone they want to question, any gunners, anything like that, they imprison them inside here. Just the one little prison room, and just opposite on the shelf, you've got a load of booze and chems on this shelf here. That's what they use to, like, if they're addicts, they'll deny them their booze or their chems, or they might just let them get pissed or let them get chemmed up, and then what they do, they leave the room and let them get loquacious, let them get talkative, talking about whatever the hell they want to talk about when they're off their face on booze and chems. It's a bit awkward as well. There was no rug glitch. I couldn't get the stuff properly in line either, so that filing cabinet's not very good. It's sticking out massively, but I wouldn't let me use a rug glitch. That's as close as I could get it. It really wasn't working very well. But anyway, so you get them talking by giving them some booze or some chems, and then behind this water cooler, you have a microphone where they can't see it. There's a bud there, and so you get them drunk, get them boozed up, because you can't talk to raiders because they don't feel pain. They're nutcases. But behind here we have the little listening booth, so they can sit in behind the secret wall and listen in to the babbling of the raiders or gunners, wherever it is that's in the prison, and they can jot down any information, any locations, any names that they take. So that's the idea behind this little prison place. yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. It looks alright. Yeah, nice. I wish this bookcase had books on it, so it wasn't just an empty bookcase. That looks a bit daft having an empty bookcase. I don't think you can decorate on there either. I tried, but yeah, even that chest I couldn't get into a good position because my rug glitch is not working. So, and that was the closest, literally the closest to let me put anything to the walls. Really blinking annoying. I only put the switch on the inside. I don't bother with a switch on the outside as well. It's not really locking anyone out if there's a switch on the outside. So it should always be manned, but I've not actually managed to put anyone on that security desk yet. But yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Quite frugal, quite sparse, but it looks pretty decent, I reckon, and it mends the walls pretty well. So I'm quite pleased with this. Probably got some more work to do. I'm going to work on the farm area soon, and maybe something to do with the gun emplacements, or some kind of decoration around those. Anyway, cheers for watching. Subscribe if you like. Leave a comment. That would be nice.